In this video, I'm going to share with you a framework that I've used that I think can help you to focus your organisations on pursuing the right opportunities in the right markets. In my experience, too many organisations adopt a spray and pray approach to tendering, bidding for everything in the hope that they win something. That was certainly the case at one of the companies that I've worked for. Like many organisations struggling to maintain their position in the market, the leadership team had convinced themselves that the answer was to pursue more opportunities. The flawed logic was that the larger the opportunity pipeline, the more work the business would win. What they'd really failed to acknowledge was the trade-off that exists between opportunities, resources, and quality. And whilst budgets and human capital and time are fixed, if you then increase the number of opportunities you're pursuing, ultimately then the result is going to be that the quality of what you're submitting is going to fall. The business had created a vicious circle, pursuing more and more opportunities, spending more on work winning, stretching quite limited pool of resources. The quality of the tenders being produced was falling. We were winning fewer tenders and accelerating the rate at which we were losing market share. We needed to dramatically reduce the number of bids and focus the organisation on those opportunities that were best aligned with our core competencies and the long-term business strategy. I've long been an advocate of using frameworks to build consensus across an organisation with diverse views and opinions. I decided to use a variation of the Market Attractiveness Matrix developed by GE and McKinsey to evaluate the UK rail infrastructure market in terms of its market attractiveness and strategic fit. I brought together groups of stakeholders into a workshop where we took each of the UK rail infrastructure market segments and we assessed them on a scale of 1 to 5 against a range of criteria to establish a score in terms of market attractiveness and strategic fit. For market attractiveness, we assessed each market segment against 5 criteria. The market growth rate, the size of the market, the demand variability, the profitability and the level of industry rivalry. In terms of strategic fit, we were looking at what was our position in that market, what was our market share and what potential was there for growing our share. How did that market fit with our core competencies? Did we have access to the right channels to market? And were our business's profit requirements, were they aligned to the competition? These criteria were built around what was important to our business. And you might choose different criteria depending on the nature and strategic goals of your business. What was really important was having the ability to quantitatively assess both market attractiveness and strategic fit in a way that allowed us to involve everybody and gain their buy-in to the whole evaluation process. For each of the market segments, we were able to plot their market attractiveness and strategic fit onto the market attractiveness matrix, which provide a very clear visual identification of where we should be focusing our limited resources. And that exercise dramatically reduced the number of opportunities in our pipeline and allowed us to focus our resources on the right strategic opportunities. By focusing resources on fewer, more strategic opportunities and at the same time transforming our work-winning capabilities, we turned around performance, securing over £2 billion of orders and frameworks at a tender win rate of over 90%. To win more work, I think it's really important to focus on bidding opportunities where market attractiveness and the strategic fit are in alignment. Using a framework is a really effective way of objectively evaluating opportunities and building consensus and support within an organisation. This support is essential when mobilising resources and focusing an organisation in a way that's going to give you the best possible chance of winning. If you enjoyed this video and found the content helpful, please leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss any new content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.